let's talk about how my reading goals went for this year and what goals I am setting for myself for 2025. Welcome to this house of books. My name is Ashley. So yes, let's talk goals. Now, this past year was the first year of using a reading journal. It did not go well, but I did start the year by putting my goals together. Now, how did I do on those goals? Let's kind of go over it. I only had like 4 main goals of this year. One of my first one was that I wanted to read 80 books. I have by far surpassed that. I have read, I think at this point, 115 books, and I'm pushing that I would like to get to 120, and I think I absolutely will. Between the books that I read with my kids and the books that I read on my own, I will make that mark. Now, I had a big goal of reading Agatha Christie's top 10 favorite books that she wrote, and I didn't do great. It just kind of fizzled. I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to run it, and it didn't quite make it. So I'll put up a picture here. This is what I had set up. So I did read January, February, March, April, May. I skipped June, which is her autobiography. I could not find like the full autobiography anywhere on audio, and it was a dense, thick book that I just didn't devote time to. And then I did read July and August and then completely fell off of it for the rest of the year. Will I ever pick these books back up? Maybe. December is a fictional book about Agatha Christie when she disappeared for a chunk of time and nobody really knows still what happened to her. So, I still have some of these books on my shelf, and so I might read them at some point, just not right now. Another goal is that I wanted to read books in a series together. And I will say that for the most part, I have been pretty good about this. I am actually, as I'm recording this right now, I think next week as I post this video, I am filming a vlog all about finishing some book series before the end of the year, and that is going really well. So I'm not carrying that many series over into 2025, and I have tried to make it a priority that if I am reading, especially a fantasy series, I need to get back into that world pretty quickly after I finish a book, or else it just kind of disappears. So yes, I think that I'm doing pretty well on that. And then read or unhaul books. All right, so we'll talk about book numbers with my 2025 goals. Also, at the very beginning of the year, I will have a video going through everything that I have on my shelves that's unread. I will say though, yes, I have added a lot of books to my shelves this year, but I have also gotten rid of a bunch. I did a historical fiction unhaul where just these books don't interest me anymore, and so it's time for them to move on. So I've done a lot of that kind of stuff where the books that I have on my shelves, pretty much at this point, I am really still interested in reading and want to keep them here. All right, so that closes out this year. Now, what are my goals for 2025? Little sneak peek. Here's my new reading journal. I am going to have a video coming really soon about a whole flip through for it. At the time that I am filming this, I am still creating some pages. I will give you a little sneak peek into my page that I created. So my first one is I want to read 100 books. Now, 2023, I did read, it was like 104 books or something. For 2024, I just didn't know how it was going to go. Am I still going to have that steam? Am I still going to be making it a priority? Are things going to come up in life? Turns out that I really dove headfirst into books this year as an escape method. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to up it to 100 books. That still gives me some kind of leeway. But the books that I read for myself, along with the read alouds, because I count those reading aloud is far more difficult than just like reading by myself. So 100 books should be an obtainable goal. I will put this in as a little caveat. Whatever your goal is, just read and have fun with it. I definitely am having fun with the number of books that I am reading, and so I'm going to keep it at my comfortable number, but you do whatever fits for you. All right, my next. I would like to get my TBR, all my unread books on my shelves, under 200. Now, at the time of filming this, Christmas hasn't happened yet. Yeah, I have, I think, like 233 books on my shelves. That number will probably change. I might do another little unhaul just to double check that there's nothing still lingering on my shelves that I want to get rid of. But I would like to get that number under 200. You can see, like, I am having to start to stack books on top of books, and I don't necessarily want that. Like, I don't mind having, like, stacks this way and stacks this way. I don't really want books stacked on top of books. I would like to get that number down. All right, finish more series. Yep, like, I am having fun making series a priority and reading them. I definitely gain more from a series if I am sitting here and reading them pretty consecutively. So that is a goal to, if I am starting a series, I know that for however long that series is, I want to devote that time to that series. And then my next, I have actually physical here. I want to spend a few months reading The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. I have read like an adapted version with my youngest. I think I maybe read this in school. I can't remember, but I would like to read that. Because then I would like to read Huckleberry Finn, which I know that I read in like 6th or 7th grade, which was very impressive because it was in North Carolina, and I highly doubt that is being read in schools anymore. But I want to read Huckleberry Finn because then I want to pick up James by Percival Everett. I just definitely want to pick this up. I think both of my in-person book clubs are interested in reading this book in the new year, so it's gonna happen. So this isn't a goal that I'm going to read all 3 of these books. And then I have some like book club reading goals. Like I said, I have 2 in-person book clubs, and so I want to continue to read those books for those book clubs. I am pretty good about, like, if it's on a list for that month, I will read it. One of my in-person book clubs, there may have been like, I think like 1 book this past year that I just didn't get to, and I wasn't super interested in reading it anyways, and that's okay. But for the most part, I like to read the books for those in-person book clubs. An online book club thing that I am going to try to be a part of is the Catch Up Book Club by Becca and the Books. Basically all year into next year, we are going to be reading 2 series by John Gwynne, and they are interconnected. So series 1 is 4 books long, and then the second series is 3 books long. So I am going to give it my best shot. I don't know, I don't know if high fantasy is really my genre, or I need some kind of more lighthearted themes throughout fantasy. So I'm going to test it out. I have been wanting to read his books for a long time, and so I'm going to make it happen and see. Then my last reading goal that I have is I want to be a part of the Buzzwordathon, which is put on by Books and Lala. I always see everybody picking fun books by the prompts, and at the time of this filming, that video has not been released yet, and I don't know what the prompts will be for 2025, but I want to be a part of it and just help pick books by some fun prompts. All right, I think that's it. It's just going to be a little short video today, but talking about some big interesting things. I was interested to see how I did for my 2024 goals, and overall I'm really happy with it. I didn't finish all the Agatha Christie books that I wanted to, but I did read a lot of Agatha Christie. I way surpassed my reading goal for books, and then to sit here and create some new goals for this coming year, I love it. I love a good planning kind of thing that I get to do with that. So I'm really excited about the goals that I have set for this coming year. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this or anything else that I post here on this channel, make sure to like and subscribe down below, and I will be back for more soon.